What if I told you one of Marvel's most beloved gentle heroes started out as a classic world-conquering monster? This is a story of an idea, a terrifying B-movie villain that faded into obscurity, only to be reborn decades later as the heart and soul of a cosmic family. We're talking about the one and only Groot, and his story is one of the most profound evolutions in all of comics. Welcome back to Marvel Echoes Resonance. I'm your host, Will, and thanks for joining me today. So let's get right to it. When you think of Groot today, you probably picture the loyal, selfless guardian of the galaxy. But to really understand the hero, you have to meet the monster that came first. So picture this. In 1960, we're deep into the Cold War, and comic books are a hotbed of giant monsters, alien invaders, and paranoia about the unknown. In the pages of Tale to Astonish number 13, the legendary team of Stan Lee, Larry Lieber, and Jack Kirby give the world Groot, the monarch from Planet X. And let me be clear, this guy is no hero. He was a verbose, arrogant conqueror who landed on Earth with a simple plan: abduct an entire human town, take it back to his home planet for study, and basically conquer the world. It's like something straight out of an old Twilight Zone episode or a classic 50s sci-fi flick like The Day the Earth Stood Still. But the alien was a total jerk. He could control trees, regenerate from damage, and absolutely loved to monologue about his, own greatness. He was eventually defeated by a scientist who unleashes a specially bred batch of termites on him. You gotta love the Silver Age. And for almost 50 years, that was it. Groot was a forgotten monster, a piece of Marvel trivia for, the die-hard fans. Then comes 2007. The cosmic side of Marvel, which had been dormant for quite a while, was exploding in a massive galaxy-spanning event called Annihilation Conquest. And in a tie-in miniseries, we meet Groot. This isn't the arrogant monarch from the 60s. This Groot is the last of his kind, a noble, regal being who's tragically misunderstood because his hardened larynx means he can only say 3 simple words. I am Groot. Well, he's captured by the Kree and thrown into a suicide mission alongside our sarcastic gun-toting raccoon, and this is where the legend is truly forged. It's here that Groot forms his unbreakable bond with Rocket Raccoon. Now, as a kid who grew up in the 90s watching sci-fi, their dynamic is pure gold. Think of them like a cosmic Chewbacca and Han Solo. Rocket is the only one in the entire universe who truly understands what the big guy is saying. He can decipher the complex emotions, the strategic genius, and the deep well of compassion hidden beneath that simple, repeated phrase. This mission puts them up against the Phalanx, which is a techno-organic hive mind that consumes everything. Think the Borg from Star Trek. They're a relentless, assimilating force that turns everything it touches into more of, itself. That's what we're up against. In the climax of the story, the team is trapped. Their only way out is to blow up the massive tower they're inside. But they'll be caught in the blast. And Groot, he makes the ultimate choice, very similar to what we saw in the movies. He unleashes his full power, growing to a colossal size, weaving his very body into a structure to hold the tower together just long enough for his friends to escape. He becomes a living, burning shield. As the flames consume him, we look at his new family, and the first time his words change, he says, "We are Groot." He sacrifices himself completely. It is one of the most powerful, defining moments in modern cosmic Marvel. A scene that still gives me chills as I'm reading this. Of course, Rocket, heartbroken, manages to save a single splinter of his friend, planting it in a pot and nurturing him back to life. From that moment on, Groot was no longer an echo of a B-movie monster. He was the heart of a newly formed Guardians of the Galaxy, a hero defined not by that original conquestor, but by his sacrifice. So, with that incredible heroic origin cemented, let's fast forward and get you caught up to what Groot has been doing for the past decade or so. His journey has been just as wild and full of heart as his debut. After the Guardians became household names, thanks of course in part due to the MCU movies, the comics had a lot of fun exploring different facets of Groot. For a while, he spent a significant amount of time as a tiny, adorable, and often troublemaking baby Groot. This wasn't a gimmick, it was a chance to explore the lighter side of his personality and really deepen the paternal, almost father-son bond he has with Rocket. It showed us that even a cosmic powerhouse has a cycle of life, a vulnerability that makes him even more relatable. But recently, things took a much darker and more fascinating turn in a storyline called Grootfall. For a while, it seemed like Groot had turned on his friends and the entire universe, becoming a massive destructive force that was consuming entire planets. It was a terrifying but brilliant callback to the monstrous origins of the Monarch in 1960. As a longtime reader, I was on the edge of my seat, and had he finally snapped? But the truth, as it is so often in comics, was a little bit more complex. Groot was actually trying to save the galaxy from a cosmic rot, a creeping death, by using his own body as a last-ditch effort to seed new, uncorrupted life. It was just another profound act of sacrifice, but one that was tragically misunderstood as villainy. So that brings us to where we are today in 2025. The Grootfall threat has been resolved, and Groot has reclaimed his heroic heart. He's been restored to his more familiar, powerful form, and back to where he belongs, shoulder to shoulder with the Guardians of the Galaxy. With the cosmic side of Marvel always in a state of chaos, the Guardians are back to doing what they do best: protecting the innocent, cashing their bounties, and acting as the universe's most dysfunctional but fiercely loyal family. So, I'll leave you with this question. Do you think Groot's limited speech is a weakness or actually his greatest strength? Does it force everyone, including us the readers, to look past his words and understand him for his actions and his heart alone? It's a fascinating aspect of the character that I think is truly unique. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for listening to this episode of Marvel Echoes. If you enjoyed the deep dive, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. Leaving a like and a comment really helped the channel grow. And let me know what characters you'd like to hear about next. And for more content, including articles, infographics, and everything we discussed today, be sure to visit our website in the links below. Until next time, true believers, make mine Marvel.